Yo, you've been on here for a minute, man.
What do you mean?
Because you already thought about the music immediately.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I want to get you to create the song, like some kind of. It doesn't have to be a song. It could be a tune. It could be a jingle. It could be 10 seconds. Actually, I do want things that are like one thing's 10 seconds, one thing's 20 seconds, one thing's 30 seconds, and then maybe like a minute. Because we're gonna have different things that are gonna happen. We're gonna have like a 30-second trailer, so I want to have music for that, and maybe even like there's gonna be like a 15-second teaser. So just to not have any kind of like copyright problems or anything like that, and also like. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but we have to figure that part out to do it. But to get some kind of jingle going, it's kind of like, I was thinking before we're listening to the Game of Thrones music. That's so good, but I think adding a little something to it for this like kind of technological nature, where it could be like, the Jackal. I think I told you that once already, like the Jackal soundtrack from the 90s with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And it's got this like technological, I think it's like the opening credit song. It's got like a technological kind of like bent to it. And maybe that combined with something with drums. I'm definitely thinking drums. Like, in Game of Thrones, when the dragons come in, we listened to that today too, where like the dragons come in season 7, they're going to blow up the carts carrying all the food and all the soldiers.
Yeah.
And the music is just crazy. Or also like Battle of the Bastards, because there could even be like what kind of song do you have? Like what kind of instruments do you like? And that like drum machine does all the drum things, and then what you like? We have sound.
I got everything you could imagine, man.
Oh my god!
Honestly, got everything you could imagine. You know what you want? I know exactly what you want, man.
Yeah, and
you're
like,
not broadcasting yet, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
We're live, yeah.
Oh, so I can't play you what I was gonna play.
Oh, okay. Why? Like the particular sound? Oh, wait, you want to play me a sample song?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna play. It was the Conan one that I sampled years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but even like that could be when it ramps up. There could be another one that's like maybe more ominous, and I even have this idea where it could be like a wild guitar riff in there, or some kind of, I don't know. I mean, you know better than me, but like, the movie Annihilation with Natalie Portman could be something like that. Could be like Jackal. Could be like something totally new that you come up with.
Could be a ton of stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to pencil in some like where these crosshatches are gonna go.
Nice.
What are you dealing with actually?
I'm gonna set up for the tribute page, and I want to put the detail in a little bit on the page 1. So basically, and like a little more detail on page 2, because I want to match up the what the characters are wearing on page 1 and 2, like match up whatever goggles exactly and stuff like that to the different people, and then start doing the tribute page where there's all the buildings. That's going to be like a pain in the ass. So
yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yo, are you out tonight?
Say again?
Are you leaving tonight?
No, tomorrow. That's a pencil I used to use like all through grade school. I used to make my mom stop at the town like office supplies, and they had a little case where they had all the mechanical pencils, and that particular one was my favorite one It's actually missing. Look, it's missing the cap to it, right? It has like a cap that goes over the eraser.
Yeah. The Pentel Sharplet.
That came out in like it must have been like 1986 or something. 1988 that came out.
Yeah, man. I probably stole this from you.
No.
This is probably yours right here. What a coinky dink. Yeah, man. Yo, I have no idea how these guys just mindlessly talk for hours while they do this, because I'm like, I'm fighting myself from zoning out.
Yeah, because normally like it takes the focus probably, and you're not normally trying to like say like talk to me while you're doing details.
Yeah, this is wild. This is wild.
Is this a bigger version of what I saw before? This is, right? It's bigger.
Yep. I redrew it. I was hustling, man. So like, this is the book.
Oh, okay.
She still looks like she's whacking off, but it's all good.
No, I think now I see that she's swooping in with a like a light weapon of some sort, like a.
Yeah. So the thing is kind of like it's kind of like projecting out from here, like a sickle of some sort. You know what I'm saying? So this will be like orange hard light. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I kind of thought, you know what I thought it was? I thought it was like the swoosh of it kind of dissipating.
Her moving, yeah. No, this is gonna be shooting out like fire.
You know what's kind of funny right now? Like, look at the screen. Look at what's on the screen on the left and the right. That's kind of funny.
What?
Like, look at the two characters on the screen.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
We're saying that it's him and her.
Yeah, like it's brother and sister, but it's like even the pose actually looks like opposite a little bit.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's crazy.
It's wild. It's wild.
So she's got some kind of tech and armor bits on her arm.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
The way I have her brother drawn is like no clothes at all.
Yeah, he's keeping it very real right there.
He's hanging loose.
So my plan is to block in all the heavy blacks first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do all the fine line outline and all that. You know?
Yeah. See, a lot of times I go in with like the fine pen, like early. I try to put in lines that are like really light. Even if they're going to be like darkest could be later, I try to just like drop them in real light. That way they're almost like movable. Not really, but kind of movable. You know what I'm saying? Like if you draw like the bottom of an eye really light with a light pen, and then you kind of want to adjust a little bit. Like you can kind of go one way or the other on the line.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I like to do that. I go in with that first. Then I usually use the 0.8 or the 0.08 pen. I go in with that one.
Micron.
Yeah, and then those new ones I got come with like a brush, 2 different brush style tips. So I like the medium style brush tip I go in with that next. I try to hit up the very light motions of whatever I hit up at the first pass with the light pen, and then go in with, like you saying, the ultimate blacks. There's like a heavier brush tip marker that seems to be really good for like the heavier blacks, unless you're using like the brush itself with the ink, I guess. Is this one you're working on? Is this on Bristol?
Yeah, this one's on a Bristol board.
Okay, yeah. So you can.
I'm gonna use the Windsor Newton brushes that we got, the Series 7.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, these guys. I'm gonna block in all that ink.
Yeah, that's the one. I can't locate that brush. I think I may have
find it.
I think I may have destroyed that like in a super glue project or something. I didn't even realize.
Oh man.
I'll think of another one.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's Teddy Blake. Brushes are the best, man.
My stomach is just, I feel like I needed to eat something. I didn't eat like anything. I made a shake, but I think that kind of made it worse because I was like, my stomach hurts. I want to eat something. And I wanted Shake Shack. I wanted Shake Shack so bad.
Again?
I wanted Shake Shack. I wanted I must have some kind of like call out of salt. My system's like, give me salt in those fries or whatever, because I just wanted to go to Shake Shack. I didn't go. I just came straight home.
But you're gonna eat like garbage this whole week, so you know that.
Oh, so and then like I started having more coffee. That's not good. Maybe I need to drink more water. That might help.
Let me tell you something. I could go for some coffee right now, man.
I figure Friday night, like, what's the big deal? Some coffee.
I gotta go. I told you I gotta move my parents' stuff tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be rough, man.
I was actually thinking when you said that today that I felt bad that I'm not going to be around, or else I maybe on a good day would have offered some help.
That's all good. It's all good, man. Ain't nobody in here, huh?
No.
Where's people at, man?
They can watch it afterwards.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like as soon as we're done, it will just like become a video.
Oh, nice. That works. Where's Luke?
I told him to go lay down somewhere because he's asking for food.
Poor Luke.
I want to get some details in these early pages here.
Yeah, you need to find where you put this brush though, man.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is I think I may have ruined that brush. Like, where do we get it from?
Just right there, AC Mall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get another one there.
Definitely. Or just order it online.
I didn't know if we were like at some special store.
No, you can order it on Amazon too. Like, I mean, you can blast through through a lot of blacks with this thing.
Yeah, and I like the different weights that provides. That's why I like that one brush, that brush pen, because
Yeah, it's serious.
I felt like I was able to like tune up the line to exactly how I wanted.
It's pretty serious. You can make a mess though if you're not careful.
That's true. I'm like pretty clumsy. I could knock it over. I'm reaching for coffee or reaching for something. And then I spent like 2 hours cleaning up, and I could have been drawing.
Oh no, it's serious. Yeah, do you have a cricket in your
Like last night, I was making a lightsaber video, and the crickets. There was like 2 of them right outside the garage door, and they were going as loud as they could go. So in between,
like that cricket I'm hearing is outside.
That's crickets outside, and they get louder. Like that's not even that loud. It got so loud last night. Of course, I'm making the video, so I record the video. I've got like a bunch of footage there, and I'm kind of swinging the lightsaber around. I'm like making the video, and there's just nothing I can do about the cricket. So in between, like where I was thinking I'm gonna like cut out these parts, I'm like banging on the garage door to try to get the cricket to just shut up for like a second so I can just record a little clip. It worked, just not for long enough. Like I banged on the door, the cricket stopped, and then it just started up again 10 seconds later.
They didn't show you any respect, man, in your own house.
So I banged on the door again, and then I'm editing the video later, and I just thought it was actually kind of funny.
You know what?
just kept having to bang the door to shut the crickets up that I included some of those clips. I was like, I just left them in the video of me banging up, like looking like a crazy person, but I was like, this is making me giggle, so maybe it'll make someone else giggle.
Why not? It's real. So
Yeah.
What pencil are you using? What mechanical pencil is that?
This is a Papermate 8.
All right.
It's a 0.5.
Nice. I mean, yeah, I always like to know what people are looking when I'm watching.
Well,
if I didn't say already, I'm filling in my blacks with the Windsor Newton Series 7. And this is a 1. Makes pretty easy work for these dark blacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, this must be like the witching hour for these crickets, because I'm telling you, I was editing a video that I made last night, and I'm just realizing all these crickets and just hating it. And then I had to think to myself, there's no cricket right now. There wasn't any cricket sound at that point. And I was thinking, do I go and like reshoot the video? Because now the crickets have shut up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think, maybe at this time of night, and then at 10:30, it was like they weren't active anymore. I was so mad.
That's how it goes, man.
So yeah, it's really cold in this world that we're in here. This is Albatross. This is outside Albatross. This is outside.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Earth. I thought you were about to get all existential.
What I'm drawing. This is outside Quantum Heights. This guy has a winter.
Whole world.
This guy's got a winter jacket. I'm trying to show that he's got multiple layers here. This is, even though he's got some tech to help out with the cold, he's got some little mini heat satellites over his head. This is a cold.
Which page is this? Is this the first one where the food stinks?
This is the very first page. Yeah, that's the same character. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. He's pinching his nose, right?
Yeah, this is the very first thing there.
Of course, I reference, Jim Lee videos and all that before we start. And I don't know why, man, because it just makes you feel inadequate. Yeah, you watch him, right? And he looks like he doesn't respect the page, man. Because he's moving so fast.
Mm.
Like, he's just going, he's tossing the marker to the side, Me, I'm all dainty and just, I look afraid of what I'm doing in comparison, you know what I mean?
Well, I've seen different people with, like, different styles.
No, yeah, absolutely. But I'm of course I'm talking about, like, the one of the greatest that ever did it.
I was almost gonna say, that he's such an expert that that happened over time, but I actually know that's not true, because both me and you have watched like the old comic book great videos. And,
yeah.
He was doing the same thing back in '92.
Yeah, he was.
Wasn't
he was doing it
good from the start. He was
man.
From the start.
I go so once I block in my heavy blacks, I usually go to a 3 micron to do the cross hatching that stems from it. It's just I just don't have that control these guys have to use these brushes. Not yet, anyway, man. That's so crazy to me that they just use this to cross hatch and just keep it consistent.
Well, that's kind of one reason why I think someone like you should take it slow, because if you recall that video, I forget the name of the woman. She's like one of Jim Lee's anchors. She seemed to take it slow, but you know what the result was? The result was just like pure excellence. Yeah,
but a slow straight line is so much harder than a fast one.
Mm.
And she was doing a million of them consistently, which was crazy.
I think she was working small, so she was tight in.
Yeah, she was insane. What is her name? I wish I remembered her name, because she was amazing, man.
was it Sharon something? I remember I got the name wrong when you even were watching.
Her last name is like Love or something like that. Stone or something like that.
We'll have to look it up. That was
no, hold on. Let me look it up because this woman deserves the respect.
Yeah, the way that she was doing it was.
She's insane. Wait, what's her name, man? What is her name? Yo, that cricket isn't joking, man.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, like, do you hear how loud he's getting at this point? He's almost like mocking me.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's almost like saying, like, how boring. Like, a cricket is like the.
Yeah, her name is Sandra Hope.
Sandra Hope?
Sandra Hope. Like, keep hope alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's incredible, man. I mean, she's crazy. Man, let's be real here.
Pencil's beautiful.
She's insane.
Hating what I'm doing.
It's not in focus. But she's insane. Sandra Hope. Crazy. Yeah, you need some cricket killer, man.
Yeah, like, it's like a cricket is just like a symbol of boringness. It's in my background right now.
That's funny. We got crickets, bro.
You know, like, I'll need to look up, like, can a cricket mean something, like, really good? Like, maybe in a...
Good luck. It's an omen.
Yeah.
In some country somewhere, it is.
Like, a cricket is revered somewhere.
Oh, yeah. People get tattoos of crickets.
Like, over here in New Jersey, if you kill a praying mantis, you get a $500 fine. At least that's how it was in the 80s. That's what my parents used to tell me in the 80s. I mean, not that I was going around killing anything, but they would say, you know, don't do anything with those praying mantis. There's a fine.
Yo, in the 80s, you killed everything. Who we kidding here?
No, I loved all animals. I cried if I saw a broken bird egg.
Serious?
Yeah, I cried.
What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to match this guy's jacket. And you know, let me tell you, these crickets were going buck wild yesterday. There was like 3 of them.
But yeah, man, I think I'm getting pretty familiar with the 2 characters, you know, Nika and Burkita. As far as aesthetics go.
That's good. Yeah, I like the way you draw them, like, very lean. I definitely want it to be like that.
So we'll be good to go once we get all the pencils done. Oh, I did check out that guy. What was his name? He's doing that book, the Super Harem or something like that.
Oh, I love that guy. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Matt Wanger.
He's pretty funny, man.
So you like watch one of his videos, or did you check out his like campaign on Indiegogo?
I checked out the campaign, watched some of his videos. I looked up the issues.
Because I think there's only a couple days left on the campaign, and I think the other day he said it was 7 days. So I got to get on there because I wanna get one of those.
No, he's pretty funny, man. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, and I didn't see any art or anything yet, but just what like one.
Oh, the artwork is pretty sick, man.
Really, I didn't see anything.
Oh man,
I just liked what he said. I was like, oh, that sounds fantastic. Super.
No, the artwork is sick.
Oh, I didn't even see it yet. Oh, I gotta look.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good.
Yeah, like I meant to, you know, because like my computer has just been awful. And I kept thinking of it, and when I clicked to go to the website or whatever, like it just was being really messed up. I gotta go do it on my iPad or something.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. He's just a funny guy. Like he's legit. He legitimately seems funny as hell.
Yeah, like smart and funny, and I just love what he says too.
Yeah, man.
Roasting food.
What's up?
No, I'm just talking about this panel. We're roasting something. See, when I'm not like trying to record something, I actually don't mind those crickets at all.
It's not bad.
I don't even think about it. But then when I try to record something, I'm like, oh, there's crickets.
They'll definitely put me to sleep. Cross-hatching game is getting up there, boy. You crazy?
Nice. It's looking good. It's looking good.
Oh my god.
I like how I could tell that, like, let's say it's like patent leather and then it's like a different material.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could tell that's cool. And on her armor, on the arm,
Oh,
the upper arm and the upper arm, I like what's going on there too.
funny stuff.
And you know, like the hard light part, like you could even like not even draw it.
I'm not. I'm gonna color that in.
Yeah, and then like just put it in later, like as an effect.
Yeah, it's gonna be all colored. You know, add the glows and the sparks and everything else. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. Yo, is Luke ready for your trip, man?
Nah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. But I gave him a big long walk, and
got his bags packed.
You know, I got him so tired that he just passed out, and then I figured, you know, he will just be like in his glory if I take him through the woods.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where we were today, but like a local woods. Okay, this guy I gotta draw him. In here. He's got no features at the moment. Yeah, it's like you need those super small pens to get in on here on these like tight characters.
Yeah, but everything looks good once you size it down. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
Like this leg, when it's sized down, is gonna look incredible. Even though the anatomy is all wonky. Like, look at this. She got a cyclops leg. Look at this leg.
Yeah, nice. I can feel the weight on that.
Wow. Man. I should work on a Dybbuk as well, man.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking of some like not really like onto any names, but I was thinking like, what if we looked up like synonyms or like kind of like similarities to something like because the word that I had in mind was not cataclysm, but not catastrophe. What was the word I had in mind? It was like that. It was like calamity. So like I figured if we like maybe someone calls it like in a story that they're saying about it, they call it like the catastrophe.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like not for a while, because like I kind of want word to get around. So I think it would take a little while for like word to get around. But like in one of those like what do we call like those little vignettes in the beginning of each issue, there will be you know, something like that. So one of the characters could say, you know, whatever synonym is for that. Maybe there's a cool word there. We got to look that up. Like, see, because people are always saying words like apocalypse and like, you know, all stuff like that. Very dramatic, very like end game type of words. But
yeah,
there's something else. Like, I don't want to say that. Like, oh, this is like the like I don't like no, because it's not like that. But it is like, it's like a calamity, right? It's like something like that, where it's just a big problem. Like, it's not a world-ending problem. It's just a big problem. So something like that, I was kind of thinking, you know. And then to shorten it to kind of maybe people like call it something for short, like whatever word that is, but something for short. Like, so if it was calamity, it'd be like Cal. But I don't like that. That's not it. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
And that could just be like kind of one area where like if another area hears about this beast, it will be called something else there. Like, you know, in like, is it Puerto Rico that they have Chupacabra?
Yeah.
New Jersey, they got the New Jersey Devil. There's always like some kind of monster somewhere. So
Well, we gotta
maybe it's
look up, you know, like Spain folklore and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Because I just think like the world would just be so kind of like intermingled, and you know, geography's different and things like that. It's just things are frozen over. So it's almost like some things could be lost, you know, and new things could have risen up where like we wouldn't get the reference because it would have happened. You know, it's not part of like our generation, but that's why it could almost be like a made up word.
All right. Yeah, I'm with it.
Because like, you know how like sometimes there is like a story where like a real word in our language is kind of changed a little bit, and altered to fit the story. So it could be something like that, where like, so in our world we have the word calamity, but we change it up a little bit. That kind of sounds like you know, it kind of sounds like that, but it's our own word. That could happen too.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like this group of people has like some kind of military feel to them in a sense, like, or ex-military. Like this little group of people I'm drawing is kind of like ex-military, or some kind of maybe military in a sense. Maybe they used to be.
So they got some gear.
They got like a couple guns. Like I drew some weapons here. That like one of them goes to grab for the weapon, like on the next page. So it's kind of like a big gun of some sort. What pen do you got there?
What's up?
What pen are you using there?
I'm still on a 3 micron. Still on that same one. About to go back to the brush in a minute, blocking some more blacks.
It's Friday. I like the panel. I feel like we're getting some information across with some of the gear.
We're getting info across, you said?
What's that?
You said we're getting info across?
Yeah, like with some of the gear that they're wearing, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Curious to see what this is going to look like size down already. I need to go get my hands on some of the white ink, the opaque white ink.
Oh, right. Me too. I constantly think about that.
That's nice, man. It's real nice.
That's really helpful.
It's nice as hell. Goes over in one pass, too.
Yeah, and it kind of allows you to be a little more, like you were talking about before, like a little more loose, because like kind of knowing that a mistake isn't really the end of the world.
It's a super safety net.
Yeah, yeah. And also just makes like the finish so cool, because you know on the like on that final pass, you can actually add those super highlights that just that make it everything pop.
Yeah, yep. It's nice, man. Good stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about your Orange Book logo before. I definitely think you should try to make it like you did in that little sketch, because it looked like more like a square inside a circle.
Yeah.
I think it would be really nice for your little icon.
Yeah, I'm gonna make. I mean, I made a version exactly the way it's sketched out in Illustrator. I just left it at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy. All that time for a leg. Dedication, baby. Dedication.
I like it.
What do you think? It happens overnight? Think this happens overnight?
Yeah, no need to,
Got
no
another
need to
thing
rush.
coming. Got another thing coming all week. Got something else coming all week.
No need to go too fast. Then you will need that whiteout pen.
Y'all think I'm gonna get on her face, man? Yeah, buddy. Yes.
What do you think's more fun, like the drawing part or the inking part? For you?
I think it's inking is more satisfying, but blocking in the sketch is the most fun, I think. The most stressful is making those sketches make sense. You know what I mean? Like where you're at right now. Finding all little details that you have no idea what's on them, but you just got to make it up and make it look like it makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's like we know a couple things that we know that they're trying to stay warm. Like we know that, you know, their weaponry is kind of ineffective against people, because if they if they kill another person, then they kind of get fried up. So the weaponry is kind of like a delicate situation. It's just like, I guess, like, people have always carried something, whether they picked up a spear or whether later on they made.
Yeah, like we still carry around pocket knives, but we don't really have intention to kill people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's more like a tool. It's more like tools for them, where they are going to, maybe use it to take down an animal, or maybe just use it for defense against, like, nature, threats in nature, like other beasts, or in kind of clever ways against other people if possible, or just in self-defense, I guess, versus other people might be necessary sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone who watches, like, they won't know that they're not allowed to kill each other. You know what I mean? Like, murder is not allowed in this world.
Yeah, they have something in their blood that kind of punishes them via,
Melts
like,
them down.
like psychological sort of triggers. So there's some people or groups in this world that actually perform, like, lobotomies on their brains so that they are able to miss that part of guilt or of
Empathy.
repercussions. So they can kind of get away. Like, those people are a huge threat because they can kind of kill without.
They're basically sociopaths that just don't even know how to be empathetic. So it doesn't register. You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah. Like, I guess that's how it would leave. It would leave them that way, wouldn't it? It would leave.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't know, like, if they'd be sociopaths, like, going around killing people. They would still have. Well, you know what? Some of the lobotomies didn't go right. So, like, it's not a perfect science with that. So there's maybe some people that became, slower and, like, more like a vegetable. Maybe there's even people that died from the procedure, but then.
And I mean, you got people like, Droven that are going to use it for good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a cool ass.
Yeah, like,
cool
there's
name.
going to be, like, once the technology is available for something, then, like, immediately people started using that technology. So it's just, there's sort of a group of people that wanted to bypass, like, the law of the land. And when you do that, it's called killing without consequence. That's what we call it in our world, because the technology that stops that is kind of bypassed when you have sort of lobotomy performed.
Yeah, it's pretty. Sounds crazy. Sounds nuts.
But even still, that's such a small group. But, like, they are out there. Like, that's a small group that have had that done. That's, like, actually pretty rare. But there is a sort of little gang, a little faction where I think we have it, like, 13 dudes, or a certain number of dudes that maybe a couple ladies in there, and they've had that done, and then sprinkled throughout the world are other people who have had that done, and that's kind of who you have to be afraid of. That's, like, really the only people you have to be afraid of, because
they got it done for a reason.
Yeah, like, anyone else kind of is like, unless they have kind of a suicide wish, which a lot of people actually do, because in this world that we've created for these characters, it's like the technology that punishes you for killing another person is also the same technology that's, like, within your body without your permission, that keeps you. It doesn't keep you young. It doesn't keep you young, but it's like it helps with longevity. So even though like make you look handsome or younger, like a supermodel, but you'll still
wards off all disease, right? Like, it just keeps you super healthy.
Yeah, like, because, like, the technology is kind of like it's also something that's non-empathetic if you think about it. the technology isn't thinking about what you feel, isn't thinking about what you want. So what happens is, what ends up happening is, you might have a disease that would normally kill somebody. But if you're in this world with this technology inside you, you might still be alive, but guess what? It might not be a happy life. You know, because like whatever that disease, like maybe the disease made you, sick inside, or feel sick. The technology is going to keep you alive, but it's not going to provide like assistance for your feelings. You know,
No.
you can administer morphine if you're in pain. It's like literally, it's bad. It's kind of bad.
Just keeping your heart going.
Yeah, it's gonna in a sense prolong your suffering. And I kind of think, there's even people who, well, there's a lot of people who, it's basically everybody. Nobody wants this technology. Nobody wants this technology inside them, but they can't help it. They can't get rid of it. That's kind of the issue with that. That's kind of the issue that everybody in this story is dealing with. So some people that have a death wish, that don't want to suffer, that don't want to, let's say, have a disease and go on living, what they might do is actually murder somebody else, because they know that murdering somebody will cause them to kind of
like melt.
Yeah, not implode, but kind of, go on fire. They go on fire, melt, burn up from the inside out, like
an inner combustion. Yeah.
Yeah. Like whatever.
So yeah, I mean, like you could potentially be living with rheumatoid arthritis for like 150 years.
Right, and you could just be hating it, and some people, no matter. Well, I think there's a breaking point for everybody, to be honest. But I think some people, they wouldn't kill. They wouldn't, no matter how much they're suffering, they wouldn't hurt another person. But then there's some people that would just want to end it, especially day by day, dealing with whatever their ailment is or whatever their issue is. Like imagine having like a migraine like every single day because of like you had a head wound, and the technology inside you helped with the head wound and kept you alive, but you had a migraine like times 10 every single day.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't that be terrible?
That'd be terrible.
So I think, people like that might be just absolutely freaking out. And they want to find a way to end it.
Yeah, so they got to murder so they can melt. Basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's just, the unfortunate side effect. It's like sometimes when you try to do something good, like this idea probably started a long time ago with like a really good idea by someone. And it's not always, it doesn't always kind of end up the way you thought it would. So
yeah, but now it's basically just used to police the poor, you know what I mean?
Right, and it's also kind of like uncontrolled because the society that kind of had the keys to this technology are kind of they're either decimated, they're no longer around, and the technology actually being able to control the technology has been lost even by the government to people, which is a problem because nobody can really harness whatever good is in the technology, and I mean at the same time, nobody can kind of update it. No one can update it as the society changes, as the rules change, or maybe they want to. Because I think one of the annoying things with it is like since it like stems from a company or a corporation at some point, that's kind of how it had it be brought to life. Is that they would have ads. They would have they'll have ads. They'll have like kind of ads coming from the inside out.
What do you mean?
Like, they'll have. It's like you'll be like, let's say you're in this world and you come upon. Why that's a bad example because it probably isn't like a store. But I was gonna say, well, you would have these ads from like a previous era. Like, did you ever play BioShock?
Yeah.
Like those, like it was kind of like you kind of got a glimpse into this like 1950s world or this world of 100 years prior.
Yeah.
And you got the ads and stuff from that time. So I think it's something like that. So where like maybe you're going to eat or you're thinking about eating, and an ad comes up that's just like, you'd like to try Toasty Pops, and it's like, what? But it's like inside your brain.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
Because it's like Nabisco or some company like owned part of like, every company is like buying another company.
Yep.
So like I heard Apple right now is looking for like a car company to buy.
Oh, which company?
A car company, because Apple,
really?
for like the longest time, they wanted to build their own car, and they've kind of delved into it a little bit, got some technology worked out, but an entire car is an entire car. It's made up of many components, and it's almost like the type of thing where there's companies out there that are experts at it. Ford, BMW.
They just want that Tesla money, man.
Yeah, so they want to kind of see. The thing is, Apple's got 1 trillion in the bank, so they could have. I think they're like one of the only companies with trillions of dollars like actually available. Like, a lot of companies they have like, it's not liquid assets, but it's like, or all the stores that they have are worth X or whatever. Their factories are worth Y, and all together plus their cash, they're worth this. Well, Apple's got like literal cash money, so they could like they can have their pick of whoever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever car company they want. So that's kind of wild. So I kind of feel like, even further down the line, it just seems to be pointing where there's like less and less companies. They're all merging. They're all becoming kind of like monopolies in a sense.
It's going that way.
Yeah. All the mom and pop stuff has like been disappearing since the 90s, and all the corporations are kind of like doing like mergers.
Tell you, our food are gonna have logos on them soon.
It kind of does already, doesn't it?
I mean, like on the actual, like, imagine getting like a chicken leg with a branded logo on it.
Well, like even the cows themselves are like branded, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Well, I like some of these like eggs I've been buying lately where it says on it, it actually said on this egg I just bought the other day, it was like this, like every chicken has like 100 acres or whatever. No, it said every chicken has 100 square feet or something like that, or 10.
Yeah, but
So at least they weren't all like stacked on top of each other.
Still eating them.
Plants.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of funny though, because you still eat them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it.
Yeah,
Let's stay comfortable before we eat you.
I want them. Yeah, I want the animal to be like in a happy state when it's living, because I feel like the animal that's suffering, it's going to not provide the same. Like, does that sound crazy? Like, it's not going to provide the same. An animal under stress. Like they even say, like when you go to kill it, if there's a whole lot of stress, it changes things inside the animal.
Well, yeah, it releases all types of hormones and toxins. Like the meat is ruined.
So I think it's like living state actually affects it too, just like people. So if the chicken is like under a whole bunch of duress its entire life, it's going to maybe be tougher. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's going to be something. There's something different about it. You know, like they used to say about like people like our grandparents, like how they were like tough as nails. They were, you know, the World War II generation. They went through it all, and they were like hardened. So that's how I see this world. There's anyone that survived, like anyone that's alive in this world, is a tough cookie. You know, because this is a harsh world.
Yeah, it's serious. It serves. It's a serves place.
Like anyone even roaming around, like if you see people roaming around, like they're tough people because they were able to kind of beat the nomadic like lifestyle, or at least survive in it. I could almost hear something you have playing.
What's up?
I could almost hear something you have playing.
You'd almost hear something playing.
Do you have something playing in the background?
Oh, for my mic.
I could almost hear something. That'd be like a cool thing, like if you made one of them jingles, or maybe there was something that like wouldn't be too annoying, like on some kind of loop, or maybe it changed enough throughout the song that we could like kind of loop it and actually have it playing without any problems.
Yeah, that'd be hot. I mean, that's gonna happen eventually. Eventually. This brush is nice, man. Cleaning it off like Bob Ross over here.
When you clean it off like that, you're done using it, or you can still go back to it when it's wet.
No, I'm gonna go back to it. I just didn't want to. I don't want the ink to start drying on it while it's just waiting. You know what I mean? Going back to these Micron real quick. Going back to some Micron action. Yeah, you know what's kind of crazy? What? I don't know if I told you this before, but that doctor I went to, I couldn't find the office, so I Googled it, right, to see what office he was in. And this guy was taken for $100,000 by strippers in that Scores thing, and that movie that J-Lo made recently.
What is it, like one of them fake parties or something?
Nah, you know that movie that Jennifer Lopez made recently, Hustlers?
No, I don't know of it.
Well, it's all about strippers, kind of like robbing, like, you know, bankers and Wall Street guys and doctors and all that.
Oh, I think I saw a commercial. Okay.
So yeah, this guy got taken for $100,000.
Your doctor?
Yeah, I was looking for his office, and you know, when I Googled him, instead of the office, I got this story. I was like, what? Made things a little awkward when I got there. I wanted to ask him so many questions.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, bro. Did you ever get your money back? Like, what's happening?
$100,000 to waste on strippers?
Like, was she worth it, bro?
You must be like an excellent doctor. Can you fix my back?
You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't. They stole it from him. You know, they got a hold of his card.
Oh, okay. I thought they like promised some kind of major orgy.
Nah. They were robbing. They were robbing dudes.
Then they didn't show up, but they charged his credit card.
So what they were doing, they were robbing guys, and like these guys, you know, they were married with wives and all that, so they couldn't really press charges. Like, who are they gonna press charges against? Scores. So they had a serious hustle going on. This guy just got caught.
Wait, the guy that like orchestrated the robbery?
Well, it was a woman who did it.
I guess the money's like gone now.
Probably.
But doesn't, like you said, it was a credit card thing? I'm sure like the credit card would is that just like credit card fraud that like the company deals with it, or this dude would have had to like deal with that?
Man, I have no idea.
I guess those are the type of questions you would have loved to ask.
Yeah, I wanted to know. I wanted to know, man. Like he was on Dateline on one of those shows. I'm like, why did he agree to that? You know what I mean? Why would you agree to that? I'm not getting on a show to talk about how I got jerked.
Yeah, that's weird, especially that way. Like maybe if like I was signed up for like Harvard, and I'm like, I was at Harvard and they took money of mine. It's like to say like, oh, I was like, I hired strippers and then they robbed me. I don't know.
I got taken by a fake law school or something, not by strippers.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's funny.
I don't know how many people are like super like sympathetic. How far did you get? On the other leg?
Yeah, yep. So, I got a nice chunk done. I don't know how much you can see here.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it clear on this like old lady here that like there's like warts on her. She's kind of like we got to make her look like super old. And
I need to put the camera on my head.
What's that?
I need to put this camera on my head somehow.
Would it move too much?
Probably.
Actually, this hair's too nice for this. We need to have like scraggly hair.
Yeah, I want to check out that Joker again, man.
Oh, really? You're gonna go again?
I mean, I want to. This weekend is kind of messed up though. Got too much going on. Movie was sick.
Yeah, like one point somebody made online that I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of a good point. Is like while I was in the movie, I was like, yeah, this is like a Joker that could fight Batman. Like I don't know, I guess I thought that, but then when I heard like some people talking about it online, I was thinking like they were saying that like, could this be a Joker that fights Batman? Think about it, like this guy was like a weakling. He was getting beaten up by children and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was just always getting bullied and beaten up, and I'm like, like maybe because like in the
so was Joker in The Killing Joke though.
Yeah, well, in like the Gotham show, the Joker kind of like he like inspires another dude to be the Joker. I guess is what they kind of insinuate. So I wonder if like that's happening here, where. But I don't think so, because I think like the Joker is like there's only one Joker. I think.
Yeah, but
in my mind, there's
like,
one Joker.
The scary part about the Joker is like how crazy he is, man. Like he doesn't fight fair, bro. Like he's gonna shoot first. He's gonna throw acid on you first. He's gonna hit you with a cannon. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. It's just like I guess after
he's gonna punch you while you like after you fall off the building. That's when he's kicking you.
Yeah, I guess like the recent Joker that everyone loved, like the Heath Ledger Joker, seemed so tough because in the movie he was getting smashed into a wall. He was getting just beaten up, and I mean, yeah, he was getting beaten up, but he was like tough. And I guess
that dude looked like he was ex-military, man. The things he was doing.
Who the Joker,
Ledger?
The Dark Knight?
Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah,
He was militant as hell.
totally. Like I saw that as like a tough physical opponent for Batman. And in this, if I imagine Batman now thinking back, I'm like, yeah, like this guy couldn't even take like a punch, from Batman, but
Yeah.
But in the same sense, I see what you're saying. And like he could like psychologically.
Yeah, and Batman is the whole he's not going to kill him type deal. So he'll beat his ass, but he won't kill him. And this Joker doesn't give a damn about getting beat. He doesn't care.
Yeah, especially after he makes this turn, which I felt like it happened after like the scene on the train, but a lot of people online seem to think like it happened later in the movie. But I kind of think like when he
We're talking about when he kind of like gave in to being a Joker.
Yeah, like when he went back home and kind of kissed that girlfriend when he busted in her apartment and kissed her. I felt like at that point, right then, he was the Joker. But
Nah, because he was still making up his own narrative at that point. You know what I mean? Like that was all fake.
Like he wasn't controlling things. You mean?
Like I mean, he was still daydreaming at that point.
Right, but that was after like the act on the subway that he did, which I feel like kind of turned him.
Yeah, but I don't think that's when he gave in. I think he finally gave in after like when he found out he wasn't like that wasn't his mom. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that's when like a lot of people kind of think it like happened for real. A lot of people think it happened like on the police car at the end when they wake him up off the police car.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That makes sense too. I get it. Yeah, like that makes sense.
That was crazy. But I think all that was fake, man. I don't think that happened at all.
Oh, see, I believe it. I believe like the whole brother thing. I believe that stuff. I saw like at least the way they depicted Thomas Wayne was this guy was a jerk. He was a jerk.
Yeah, he was an elitist prick.
So I believe it. I believe it. I think that lady was painted in a bad way. That lady was painted in a bad light.
But she adopted him. She really adopted him. Oh,
No,
you think Thomas Wayne adopted that up?
Oh yeah. His company's so powerful. It's the most powerful in Gotham.
No, I think she was just a scumbag. I mean, but like, it goes back to the whole multiple choice thing. That's why this movie's so good.
Yeah, well, I just think like, if you think about the real world, like how easy it is to like make like a powerful person to make a very small person seem relevant and seem crazy. It's so easy, dude. Like you even like just have your people do it. Like you don't have to do anything, especially now. But I mean, this movie kind of was like taking place years ago, so they didn't have like Twitter and Facebook to go smash you on. But they did. But they could probably counterfeit some government docs, and then
definitely.
this like kind of plan in place where they're like, paint her as a psycho, and especially when she keeps coming back and saying like, no, like we had an affair, like have some scenes play out in your mind where it's like raining. She is at Wayne Manor at the gate saying, please, this is your baby, you have to help, and they call the the paddy wagon, and the people come with a straitjacket, and then she goes away and she's freaking out. So they give her the pills, they give her Klonopin and all these pills. Right at that point, you're a crazy person. They like.
So what about the whole point with the whole part of him being his whole mental issues being from being beat up as a kid? You know what I mean? As a baby, like head trauma gave him all of that.
Well, that's what I like. I believe, like you said, the movie's kind of open-ended. I kind of believe that the head trauma caused his laughter fits, because that card that he hands out says, this condition could be due to head injury. and they find out later that yes, he had head injury, and so I believe that that brought that on, that laughter fit, that kind of brain problems like we were talking about before when you do like a lobotomy, like almost like something like that almost happened to the Joker. It wasn't a lobotomy, but it was like maybe worse or maybe just as bad. And it's almost like when you think about it in the sense of what they're saying, what they may be saying in the movie, or what Penny believes is that makes sense to me because it's like the only two people in the city that dress up and go outside and pretend to be somebody else. Like it makes sense that they're related to me. That they almost both have a condition. But it's like this guy, like we think Bruce Wayne's condition is just like bitching, is cool. What he does is cool. He dresses up as a bat. He has a rope with a claw at the end that he throws. He's got batarangs. He's got rubber boots. He kicks people. He punches people with a cape that he's got with spikes on it. And we think he's cool. But literally, when you think about it, they both have that condition of like being like a crazy people.
Yeah.
I kind of think it kind of runs in the family. And the family could be, like they insinuate it could be, I don't know, maybe. Like, and that's actually cool to me. I kind of like that.
You like that spin?
Yeah, because it kind of brings like a little Star Wars into my Batman. I don't know if people want it. I don't know if people want that, but like
it brings a little Star Wars into your Batman.
Yeah, say like I am your father, I am your
brother. I don't dig it.
We're all related here.
I don't dig it, man.
That's why we're both crazy.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And see, I'm trying to make it look like this guy not only has food in his beard, but like icicles in his beard. Can we get that across? How are icicles in his beard? Like he has little mini icicles in his beard. Like that's how cold it is here.
Yeah, that's necessary. Definitely necessary.
Like we can kind of show like a couple things could be. Well, I mean, I don't want to be obliterated in the inking phase, but in the coloring phase, that type of thing can be like kind of highlighted a little bit because like any ambient light off of any of these devices that they're carrying could like kind of glow off of his icicles of his beard, Like that's how we could show these different textures too. It's like these little. It might be pretty dark over here, but
we're on the same page.
Yeah, the glow off their devices could, like just like they say in the movies, the glow off your device can distract others. Well, it's kind of how they get around. I mean, I in the Joker, I was distracted because there was like a teenager just constantly turning on his phone.
Yeah, there's always one in every movie now, man.
Yeah, and I knew that I was just like, damn it, like I chose these seats and I feel like I'm in the wrong spot now and it's like all my fault because, if I was just sitting one row ahead, I wouldn't have seen this, but I just kept getting distracted. And the movie was kind of like, it had a pace that you just wanted to buy into it. You just wanted to buy in, sit down, and be into that world, even if it was a crazy world, even if it was a crazy guy. Just wanted to kind of buy into it. And then I'm looking like Samsung 4G text message. It's like, oh my God, I don't need this. I want to be in the Joker world. There's no phones in this world.
People are horrible, man.
There wasn't any phones. They all were dealing with like, maybe there was a payphone, maybe. I don't even think they made a call. I don't even think there was a call in that movie. I don't know, but there was no.
Yeah, he made a call when he got fired.
Oh yeah. They were kind of on like a payphone or some kind of phone, like in there, like I don't know where they were in, like a clown cab station or something.
But wasn't he on a payphone?
Oh, maybe, or maybe he had a phone in his apartment.
I think he was on a payphone and he was saying, "I love this job. I need this job."
Yeah.
Movie was nuts, man.
That was awful that like Bruce Wayne called called everybody clowns.
But I really liked how that's what got him his minions. You know what I mean? That made sense to me.
Yeah, that did make sense because
That was a good solution. That was a really good solution.
against them.
I'm telling you, man. What's the director's name?
Say that again.
The director's name?
Todd Phillips.
Yeah, he's making fun of Ben Affleck by naming him Arthur Fleck. A Fleck.
Yeah.
That's a Ben Affleck joke, man.
What do you mean by joke though? Like it's a hint about the brother scenario, or it's something else?
No, it's just like I think he's just the last Batman is Ben Affleck, and the new Joker is A Fleck.
Oh, okay.
Like he's like poking fun like in the real world, not in the movie world.
Yeah, I mean, I watched all these podcasts. People kept bringing that up, but I just don't. Yeah, I don't see like what that adds to it. It's like an inside joke, I guess.
Yeah, just to be funny, to be silly. You know what I mean? Make his own Easter egg.
Like I could see it. I could honestly see it if Ben Affleck was like the ongoing Batman, but didn't he kind of drop out of being Batman?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Maybe that was all written before that. Because like, if I found out that like I just gave you an Easter egg by putting the current Batman's name inside this movie, and then I get like an email that says, "Oh no, this guy's like out of the movie," I would change that too.
You would?
Yeah, probably, because like I was paying homage to the current Batman, not just to some guy who decided he doesn't want to be Batman.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be Batman? Like, unless you're dead. I just don't get it. Like, what, you don't want to be Batman? Like, why? Like, what's better? Or it's just the workouts are too hard? I don't understand.
What's better?
Because he was ripped. He's big. Like, is that what it? And I did read an article that he said, it's annoying or something to stay that big or something like that. I think I have it right, but.
No, yeah, it had to be a killer workout, to stay in that shape. Had to be. I know I have another 3 somewhere. Come on.
Ziacles says Heath's Joker was like the comic book and Bruce's equal and the opposite sides of the same coin. Yeah, like that's kind of how I see it, and that's why that brother deal like works for me. Because I'm like, ooh, that's like titillating. That's like titillating that like the same dude could have given birth to these, or could have could have like been the father of these like 2 freaks.
Made 2 freaks. Like Donovan made nothing but freaks.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Donovan Cordova, baby. I like it.
That is the leader. That is the general. He's running everything.
He's the guy. He is the guy.
Everybody knows his name. Everybody across the world knows his name.
He's like the Winston Churchill of the future.
Yeah.
The Teddy Roosevelt.
I kind of see Donovan as multiple people. Like he's like part Winston Churchill, but I always saw Winston Churchill as like kind of like a not physical man.
No.
Donovan as very physical. Like Donovan is like Wolverine. Donovan is like, he doesn't have Wolverine powers, but he's like ferocious like Wolverine, and he's intelligent like Winston Churchill. And maybe he's even got like some Alexander the Great, like you were saying, in him. He's got that kind of like conqueror, or he really wants to help though. He really wants, like, he's all for people. He's all for.
Yeah, he'll step up. He'll take the chance.
Like, he's on team people. But he has his own people that he has to. He kind of can't protect everybody, even though he'd like to. So he does what he can. He protects quantum heights. I mean, he's the guy who invented the food source. They were all out of food. They had no more sunlight. They're all out of food. Donovan came along and provided an alien food source, and everybody knows his name, and he has helped everybody. But it's still an awful world. Like, just because they have food doesn't mean that everything's fine. Like, they're freezing cold. It sucks. They got this technology that'll blow them up if they feel the guilt over like a killing, even a subconscious guilt. That's just a non-sociopathic person would feel. That's what it senses. I mean, Donovan's also the only character in our book that has a limited control, like a limited ability over the technology.
Yeah, he got the keys, man.
Yeah, you know, and it's maybe not like the same keys that they had originally, but it's better than anyone else has in this world. You know, he may not have, like, let's say he's sort of got the valet key.
Yeah, like he can't just up and travel the world because the world is just too hard to travel. You know what I mean? But he can like go back and forth in his limited like little world between Quantum Heights and Albatross Junction.
Yeah.
Whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, he's got like travel capabilities that in this world, you know, like in our world today, we can get on a plane and we can pretty much go anywhere we want as long as you have $1,000 or $600 to buy the plane ticket. In this world, like everyone's traveling on foot. No one's taking a plane. But guess what? Donovan does have some planes. Some people have some planes. Some people can utilize the technology. But it's so desolate. It's so run down. Technology is kind of.
I mean, and he does have access to the best people in every field. You know what I mean?
Right. So he has super high tech. It's sometimes hard to be that guy. It's sometimes hard to be the guy that everybody looks to. The guy that everybody looks to for the.
He got. I mean, the biggest part is he has access to the most sun satellites. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's got pretty much the only warmth in the area. That's real.
He has the control over it because there's some other like satellites out there that are providing daylight or sunlight, but they're kind of not able to be controlled. So either the people that live beneath them have to move with them if the satellite orbit changes, or they have to walk. You know, they have to walk with it if it's maneuvering, or else they will freeze to death. You know, every like 67 years, there's a sun satellite that makes its way across the globe in a certain.
Yeah, they line up.
Yeah, so people are actually allowed to or able to kind of maneuver as a tribe or in groups or however, like through to different areas, and that's like the one kind of safe time, if you can call it safe. Any other time, it would just be
You'll freeze.
crazy. It would just be crazy. Yeah. So like, the title of the book is Albatross Junction, and you guys can go to albatrossjunction.com. We just got a little webpage started. It's just a little intro, and we'll be adding more as the book goes, as we get more done on the book.
You were able to get it up?
Yeah, did you take a look?
No. I was sketching this thing here, sketching Kita, so I could have something to work on.
Yeah, I put that Bomag artwork up with your text and all, and then at the bottom I just put a quote from the poem from Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. and I put a link to my YouTube, but we'll have to get a link going for your YouTube as well.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to change my name actually.
What were you going to change to? Orange
Book Productions
Productions.
or Orange Book. I don't know. Orange Book Studios. Orange Book.
You know what I'll do is once you change that name from Kevin to whatever you change it to, I will put in the description of this video. I'll put the link to that. And actually, the next comic book creation number 2 will be on Kevin's channel. So whatever he changes it to, I'll put it in the description, and you can tune in. We're just going to kind of go back and forth. We're going to go back and forth. You know, he'll do 2, I'll do 3, he'll do 4. We'll kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be good stuff. It's like it's real hard to hold my tongue and like not just tell the whole story, like talk about Keto, who I'm drawing here. But you know, that'll be a major spoiler if I talk about her.
Yeah.
Can't just talk about her character, man.
Jindong says, "Am I the only one watching? Nice drawing."
Oh, nice. No, I didn't realize a comment came through.
Is she blowing a bubble, or this is part of her mask?
Now it's part of a man. She blowing the bubble.
You remember in like the 90s when there was like a hot
This
chick?
is 9:38 p.m. Oh, hold on. This.
What?
Oh no, I thought I knew who that was. I thought that was the guy that I was showing you before. The Zendong Zhao.
That's my friend Danny. I think you met him already.
Yeah, I didn't meet him, but I thought it was that Z something. I forgot. The guy who's incredible. He's amazing. I'll show you him all the time.
The one underneath Jintong is Ziacles.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually surprised because he commented, but his name should be actually in blue, not in black. I gotta check that because he's supposed to be a moderator. I'm surprised that's not like showing up in blue there.
Yeah, I just realized there were private chat and live comments. I missed those.
Oh, okay.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Like the ninja mask. I always love ninja masks.
Oh yeah. You know she's part ninja when she wants to be.
Anytime, like me and my best friend Dominic, when I was growing up, we played with the toys, any type of toys, whether it be G.I. Joe or Legos or anything. They had there was a G.I. Joe character who had like a mask that the toy came with it, and you could stick it on. It was like a ninja mask on the character. You know, like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow had the mask on all the time. But then there was a character they came out with later that you could put a mask on. It was so sweet. And
who was it? It wasn't like Beachhead or nobody like that.
Yeah,
right?
it was like, you know how they came out with like new characters kind of like after the 1986 movie, and then they put out some new toys and stuff. And it was like they put out like Jinx was like a new toy. They had Sergeant Slaughter. They had different toys, and Flint and whoever was in the movie. Then there was like a series that came out like right after that, and I think this was part of that series. So I don't know the guy's, the character's name. Me and Dominic only liked it because it had that mask that was like removable.
Pretty sick.
And I remember when one of us lost our little tiny mask. Like it was worth, like if a G.I. Joe guy was worth like $2.35 like at the store, this little mask was worth like $20 to us. So it was worth like 8 G.I. Joe guys. It was worth like 10 G.I. Joe guys, just to have that mask.
Yeah, mask is any ninja mask is amazing, man. Let me tell you something. I still throw on a T-shirt over my face like a ninja and chase my kids, man. Yeah, she's looking pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I really like it.
She's looking pretty cool.
that like that much noise in the winter? Can't be, right? Those bugs have to die.
What are you talking about? Crickets?
Yeah, they go away, right?
They're all gonna move into your house, man.
Dude, they're right outside the door. Once in a while, they actually like push in a little bit. They want to come in over here.
Yeah.
I try not to step on them, but then I see that they've been like stepped on. I'm like, that's not me. I don't step on them. I think it's the dog.
That's Luke. He's probably nuzzle punching him.
He's like, he steps on him somehow.
Crickets. They sleep with the fishes.
Yeah, if anybody's still in the room, I wanted to ask about the sound because I think I made a mistake. I had like my stereo kind of like playing your voice, and I don't know if it hurt things or not. It's like my headphone thing doesn't reach to where I'm sitting. I gotta fix that.
Oh.
And I had an extender that I tried before I got online with you, but it's like, you know how the headphones are like three pin 3.5, and then there's like two pin for audio. I only have audio extenders, and it wasn't even registered, which is weird.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'll also put the link to the website albatrossjunction.com in the description. There's really nothing there yet other than just like a splash page, a home page, and even when the book is going to be closer to coming out, it will be available on Indiegogo on the campaign that has not yet started. So the website is just kind of for, you know, some of the artwork will be posted there, probably a preview, a 5-page preview, and then just the link and the information to go over to the campaign and Indiegogo once that's ready. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. What's going on there? It's nice.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I can see that as like kind of like armor at this point too.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. So it's about to get all blacked out too. About to black it out.
When in doubt, black it out.
Oh man. Gave us the key right there.
I believe we said on those comic book videos. I think that was just so cool that they had those videos. That was something so special for the time.
Oh yeah.
Unique.
That was huge.
Just the fact that, you know, Stan Lee hosted them. I mean, you could really tell that. I mean, it was almost like a call out for new artists. It was almost like a call out because they were kind of teaching. They were kind of giving you tips. And
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
Like I'm sure those comic book great videos are on YouTube, but I actually have, you know, the ones that I want. I actually have them copied over from a VHS. I got them as a digital file.
Yeah, they are on YouTube. The Todd McFarlane and Jim.
Yeah, see, Dominic had Todd McFarlane, and I had the Liefeld, or no, Dominic had the Liefeld, and maybe the McFarlane. I had the Jim Lee and the one with like all of them, or maybe it's all one tape. It was like at one point they all got together and were kind of talking to Stan and giving a demo, all of them with like Will's Portacio. It was great, giving lots of tips. It was a good time.
And it wasn't even a selling tool, right? It's not like he was pushing the book or nothing like that.
No, I think it was.
Just he did it out of the love.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was like just a few short months later, they were off to do Image. Like I think X-Men had just come out. X-Men #1 had just come out, and they it was. I think that's around the time those videos were released. I don't know when they were actually made, but that's when they were like kind of released. And I remember it was like they had art from that book behind them. If I'm correct, and then it wasn't too long after that they went to do Image.
I don't remember that. When in doubt, black it out. Words I still live by, man.
Yeah. I mean, I had two of them books. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. 2 copies. One that I kind of colored in, and then one that I kept pristine to kind of refer to. But I was like so young. I was just coloring in the Spider-Man drawings of that book.
I didn't color in a damn thing.
Because my dad got me a used copy at a garage sale, so I just decided to.
The book was like $13 or something like that, right?
Really? I had one new one, and I had one that my dad got me in a garage sale, and it was great because the one from the garage sale was like already partially colored, and I felt kind of like released to just color it myself, and I could color in the Spider-Man, and I still had a book that was black and white that was pristine that I could refer to as the best. I still have both of those books. I think you saw them at my house.
Yeah, I got mine somewhere, stashed away somewhere. It's just nostalgia, like pure nostalgia at this point.
You can let me know when you want to jump off.
I'm good, man. I'm just drawing. Camera's just on.
Yeah, it's like when I just have this idea when I'm doing like I'm drawing flames right now, and I had the idea that the colorings I'm just looking ahead to like the next stage the whole time.
Yeah, the coloring's gonna be real fun.
Before I was looking ahead to I was like thinking about inking, and I'm only penciling, so kind of little ahead of.
Color's gonna be real good. Those lines up.
All right, I think my burger craving has calmed down.
You did what?
I think my burger craving has calmed down.
You've been craving a burger this whole time?
Man, I wanted a burger.
Since we started, like 8 hours ago?
Like since 4 o'clock, I wanted a burger.
Jesus.
And I just never went to get one, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. But it's like, what's the alternative? And then I had some stuff in the freezer. I was like, oh, I could cook this, these dumplings. And then I think about eating. I was like, that's not a burger though. I want a burger. And then I just didn't go.
Nah, man. When you want a burger, a dumpling ain't gonna do it.
No, and then I look around like the goofy food that I have here. So I ate a banana. I was like, oh, maybe this will help my stomach. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, this lady needs More warts.
More warts.
More warts. She is old. She's awful. She needs to be. She's like a witch.
Yeah, man. Getting used to this brush over here.
Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. I think you just laid down a bunch before I looked up again.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I mean, it covers black so quick. You know what I mean? You can lay in black immediately with these brushes. That's what I'm telling you. You got to get yours back, man.
Like, do you think, like, they construct that? Like, do you think she constructed that armor, or how did she obtain that armor?
I think a part of it is like she constructed some of it, and I think once they meet the triumvirate is like giving them this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like, let us suit you up. You know what I mean?
But I just think, like, by that time that she's like an adult, like in that picture that you're drawing, yeah, like I don't know, I guess, and then like I kind of feel like they're so dangerous at some point. It's like, well, I guess people don't have a choice though.
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
People probably are not going to want to work with them, but because they're scared or something. But I guess it's, what are they going to do?
Well, they're going to be afraid of Nika.
There's only two people that can do this job, right?
Yeah, and I'm thinking that she got all this stuff. This is old. Like when she's wearing this right now, this isn't new. You know what I'm saying? She acquired this a while ago.
Right. Also, it could kind of be the type of thing where like they kind of design it from, like a sort of a metal that grows over you, or it's like programmed to form in that way, kind of like the T1000, where like maybe they have this certain material that can kind of like formulate, like almost like the hard light material, the holographic material, but it's actually older tech. It's like nano manipulate. It's like kind of like nanotech.
I can see that.
Like in the T1000, but I guess they would consider it archaic. But it kind of still works for like metal. Like if you want something that could repair itself too, that's something. Like I kind of feel like when the hard light constructs like get smashed, they kind of get crushed like glass, and they remain in the physical world, but it's shattered like glass, and the glass is just all over the floor and in shards and shatters. But this metal material that I see her, and I'm kind of just making this up as I speak to you.
Yeah.
This metal material that's on her shoulder and on her arms, maybe it's like if she were to be severely hit with something, like a baseball bat or something, it would kind of be like the T2, where maybe it would like dent, but then it go blink, like it would come back out again,
Oh, all right. Yeah,
It's gonna kind of try to retain the shape, but it's also metal. I see it as metal the way you're drawing it,
Like a smart material, yeah.
Yeah, and what it could also kind of be, like a smart material, because it's kind of like now that I kind of see. Tell me your drawing doesn't look like one of the from Korra, the Avatar show, where they have those like earthbenders, but they've graduated to steel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, like the like they had these things on their arms. That's kind of what reminded me of it. They have these things on their arms, which allows like a metal rope to come out, and they could use it as a grappling hook. and they could use what else did they have? They were manipulating the armor that they had on too. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm talking about that armor.
Yeah, they were manipulating anything that was metal pretty much. I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember the look you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I'm happy with it. Definitely happy with it. I had to walk up and get a highlighter real quick.
Okay.
You know that.
I am gonna flip this page because I have to start a new page.
That's a good view right there. There you go.
I'm gonna skip page 3 right now because there's kind of a spoiler on page 3. I'm gonna go to page 4.
So the way I see this little device she's holding, it's like that. We got to come up with another name better than hard light, but it's
Because
it's a projection.
Like Green Lantern type of thing. So I don't know.
It's definitely a projection though.
But is it holographic, or does this holographic mean that it's like pass through?
I mean, it's like holographic, but it's tangible. It's solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if the word holographic kind of means, does it mean that it's like see-through, or not see-through, but like intangible? So maybe we need to find a word or something that describes like the tangibility of it, and the fact that because you know how I actually see it, like the material itself, this is the hardness. I feel like it is like ceramic. So, but you know how certain ceramic, I'm talking about the ceramic that they make like a knife out of. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's like the best kind of ceramic. Oh yeah, I got something up here. I'm trying to reference some kind of buildings. They don't have to be like that. Quantum Heights.
Boom. Yeah, little ass ruler.
Yeah, I got a couple different ones.
2 hours, not bad for 2 hours work.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like it. Yeah, it looks like fire now. That's sweet. Rulers. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to like all the windows and stuff in these buildings, but I think it's gonna look really cool.
Oh, that's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be special.
Yeah. So they've got a thumbnail.
I mean, I would just indicate them with parallel lines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just make a checkerboard. Just make a big checkerboard, then we just color them in as we need.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of different buildings going on here. It's a whole city scene, tribute scene. I have two main characters up front. A bunch of people on various bridges and overpasses, kind of watching this event take place in the city. What are you using there? Oh, it's
a quick Sharpie.
Broad-shouldered main character here, Donovan. He's actually not the one featured on the website photo. The website, ALBATROSSJUNCTION.com, actually has a different character named Bomag.
Bomag.
He's on the
Bomag is the truth. He's Donovan's counterpart.
Yeah, they're somewhat.
He's definitely the Joker to Bomag's Batman.
Yeah, although Bomag's not like jokester or like a.
No, he's not playing games.
He's not playing. He's more like a military trained. I mean, actually, how dangerous would the Joker be if he was like ex-military? Oh man.
That's what I think. That's what I feel like Heath Ledger was.
Yeah, like you were saying a minute ago about that, because imagine you learn the backstory where like this guy was like special forces. You'd be like,
I mean,
oh
he
no.
was playing with explosives.
What's that?
He was playing with explosives, man.
Yeah, like at least either he was a special forces or he had the internet. You know, he probably looked on the dark web of how to make whatever he was making in a dark night. Either that, or they could have said, I think that would have been more dangerous. Like if they depicted in this new movie, because it's supposed to be the 70s or 80s. It kind of looks like the 80s or something. Imagine he comes back from like a Vietnam type of thing, and he's like messed up because of that, and he's the Joker, and he's got all these mommy daddy problems, and he's maybe he was a tunnel rat. Remember Tunnel Rat from G.I. Joe? Maybe he was like a tunnel rat. He was dead.
That was my guy.
He was
my
freaking
man Rat.
out. And then he brings some of them skills later on to fight Batman. But also there was such an age difference here. It really made sense for me, regarding them being brothers and them wanting to sweep that under the rug. I really felt like that worked because. But it's just for the martial combat part of it later. That's going to be weird when let's say the youngest Batman we could get would be let's say he's 23. Youngest Batman we could get in a black sweatshirt and a hoodie, and maybe he's 23, and then the Joker would be. I guess he'd be in his 40s. It wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be too bad.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, it'd be all right. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I don't think I feel like old, or if I was a psycho, I guess I could feel like I could fight Batman.
Yeah, if you were a psycho, you wouldn't even be thinking about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, oh, I'll hit him where it hurts or whatever, whatever he would do. Because that's what he would do. He'd kind of go for He would go for like loved ones, which is what he does in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, he's foul, man.
Like all them superhero movies, it's like they kind of all the villains kind of caught wind of like how to really hurt the hero. You know, you don't just like punch the hero, but you like punch the hero's like sister, and they're like, oh.
Yo, did you ever revisit Hush?
No, I still got that book around. I mean,
How about the animated movie?
I read it recently. Oh, the animated thing. No. But I saw a clip from it online that I loved just last night.
Sick. I just watched it this morning. It was sick. Sick.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of thinking this is gonna work. The way we laid out this thumbnail looks like it's gonna work for this page.
We? Give us some skin tone. I'm probably gonna bring this in on the computer.
Yeah, I was even thinking even before. I mean, you didn't even have to go that far with your color and with your highlighter. You could have brought it into the computer. And
I mean, I still can. I still can. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
That's the best thing about the damn computer. Doesn't matter what I do to it here. But I'm just in the mode. I'm just got curious as to, like, just to play with colors real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to do. I mean, the colors are the most fun part. That's like it's like the glory moment. It's like the glory of, because it's almost like you can't. You know how on the inking stage you can kind of ruin it. You know,
Yeah.
You could spill the ink or something could go wrong, and with color, you just can't go wrong. Like you just can't go wrong. It's like if the color's not working, just turn it to black and white at the end. You know, it doesn't matter if the color doesn't work. You can change it. Whereas it's like something with the inking or something. It's a little more concrete when something goes wrong.
Yeah, man. So long story short, I'm looking forward to inking these pages, man.
Yeah.
Really am. That's gonna take a minute.
That's gonna be so much fun. Hopefully, you'll be doing a lot of it or some of it on the stream. Follow that happening. I think that also shows up really nicely on the camera too. Like when you're laying down the black like you are, it's a little harder to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. It'll be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I want these guys, like in the panel I'm doing right now, I want these guys to just, when I add their outfits, or when I'm drawing their outfits, I just want them to be like their best. Like, because this is, like, they should be wearing their best on their military tribute parade. It's like their classiest military gear that they have. But this world is just so terrible that,
Yeah, I think the first issue starts off nice, man.
Yeah.
Like and I don't think it's wrong to talk about the story how he just won the war for not even a war, just like a battle or whatever, however you want to imagine it. Really, he had some type of fight to acquire the latest satellite that he got for his city, Quantum Heights. So they're celebrating him.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's a huge deal.
And you also meet in the story, and early on too, you kind of meet the group and basically the other leader who he got over on to obtain the extra satellite for his people. We actually get to meet the group that lost. So this is the tribute panel. This is the tribute parade for them winning over the satellite. This is Quantum Heights, but in Pike Berg, they lost, so they didn't get the satellite, and we actually get to see what happens, what they're dealing with, because everything is starting to be kind of better for Quantum Heights residents, but what about for Pike Berg residents? They aren't the winners here, and however bad they have it at Quantum Heights, it's going to be it's going to be way worse anywhere else. Anywhere else is
Yo, can you see her face?
Far less advanced. So, I want this is a brawny dude, but I'm trying to make his military outfit stand out.
I can't get her face in focus.
You know what? Maybe your camera's a little too close. Oh, I think it's getting better. Maybe does the camera have like an angle to it that's not straight onto the paper?
I mean, probably.
I just adjusted mine too.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, I can't really see it too well.
It's horrific.
I can see it better now.
That's too bright.
Nice.
Nah, it doesn't want. I don't know. This camera's acting crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking. The only thing I could think of is that because right there it seems clear. So I'm thinking, was it too close, or is it not hitting the paper flat? I'm still trying to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Better.
We can get the full view, like one side.
Pull the image down a little bit, because right now it actually looks like although there's a glare, it kind of looks more clear.
How about this? Is this terrible?
That looks good. A little closer. I kind of like how the light's coming from behind. It looks a little clearer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Still, I feel like we're not seeing it. This looks a little.
Oh man, it's funny. This light is bright, man. Boom.
I think maybe if there was maybe more softness to the light or something.
Yeah, man. I think that's
all right. Well, let's call it quits on this one, and we will come back. I think, what did we say? Not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday after that, we are going. I think that's going to be October 20th. We're going to do comic book creation #2. It's going to be on Kevin's channel, and I will put the link and stuff in for that. And we'll be in touch, and you'll probably be able to like put a little icon that like says when it'll start on that Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure my stuff is all settled and polished a little more than it is now.
What is settled and polished?
As far as my channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good to go.
Yeah.
Be good to go. But this was fun, man. This was definitely fun. I dug it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm kind of seeing the on the one I was just working on, I do kind of see that it's going to work with that look. I mean, this page, like you said, you're going to have a good time inking, but wow, that page with all the buildings is going to be kind of rough.
It's gonna be rough. I mean, it's all gonna be rough, but
I mean, fun. It's going to be fun, but that's just going to be a lot of time. Like I guess I shouldn't say rough. It's going to be like a lot of time spent because it's like a daytime scene. So, you put in all those marks. It's almost going to be like it's not like a lot of the times in our story it's going to be dark and we're going to be able to put like huge shadows on things, but sometimes it's going to be a lot of light and you're going to see all the detail.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be we're in for a serious trip, man.
Yeah.
Serious trip.
All right, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna document the process, like you guys saw tonight. We worked on some of the really early stuff, some page 1, page 2.
I mean, yeah, whoever sees this video has pretty much seen it from the get-go.
Yeah, that's kind of the intent. Where I want it to be like, we have the whole story written, and there's certain things that me and you won't say, but for the most part, it's going to be very like open, and we're going to talk about the item we're working on, the page that we're working on, and along the way, you might be able to piece some of the story bits together and stuff like that.
Yeah,
hopefully it'll really come together when you have the book in your hand at the end, and that should be maybe between 48 and 60 pages. I'm kind of thinking for the volume 1. It probably seems like it's gonna end in that range. I kind of think volume 1 is going to be maybe 10 pages longer than volume 2. That's probably how it's going to break down. But volume 1 will probably be like issues 1 and 2. So that'll probably end up being, issue 1 will be kind of a longer issue. And then issue 2 will be like a normal issue. Those two combined will be volume 1. That's probably how we're going to do it. Issue 3 and 4 will be volume 2. We'll kind of see how it breaks down. That we don't exactly know.
Yeah.
Per page what the story, where the story is going to land and on what page it's going to land, but it's going to be like it's going to be a lot. So we have a lot. It's not really a mini series. It's kind of like we plan it to be a really long running series. So, I mean, we kind of have enough for probably almost 200 issues. So Kevin's been developing this story for like 25 years now. And right?
Right? It's not an exaggeration.
It's not an exaggeration. And me and Kevin have been developing it for probably the past 10 years together. And really for the past 5 years, because previous to about 4 or 5 years ago, Kevin and I were working on another comic book for somebody else. This one, Albatross Junction, is our story, something that Kevin came up with like 25 years ago, the beginnings of it. He's got some drawings of a couple of the characters from those early days of when you imagined it. And it's really funny that all those years later, and we kind of came full circle where we're talking about story moments and you're saying, look, that's a story moment that I had in mind 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah.
So it all kind of, it's all been there. It's all been there in Kevin's imagination. And when we got together to do it together, we combined our ideas and it just became something so much bigger that
wow.
It's been a long time in the making. It's not something we started last week. kind of started it about 10 years ago, and maybe more intensely from about 5 years ago to the present time, when we're kind of actually really got down to business with the putting the pencil to paper, because as far as the writing goes, that's been there, and that's like a 160-page document of kind of the plot, of kind of the story layout. So when you break it all down into the pages, the actual comic pages that it's going to be, actual issues that it's going to be, it's actually going to unfold into many issues with kind of the meat of the story, the heart of the story, really unfolding in the beginning. So if you read volume number 1, you're really going to get the whole start. The whole start of the stories would be like kind of laid out for you there, and
yeah, man.
Where it goes from here is expansive. You know, it's an expansive world where we're gonna be visiting different parts of the world, following different groups of characters along, you know, as well as our main characters, Donovan and his twins, and how they grow and what they do as they grow. And we're going to see all throughout the world. We're going to see what happens across the world. Maybe it has nothing to do with Donovan. Maybe it does later. We're going to kind of visit, you know, all the different places of the world and see what's going on. It's going to be pretty intense. Some of the moments that happen are pretty.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm proud of already is that we made sure we had the world kind of worked out before we had the drawings done.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of books out there that look great, but there's no real content to it, so they just fade out. They look cool, but there's no meat and potatoes, man.
Yeah, you know, because in the years leading up to this moment, you know, we've always loved comic books. We've gone to the comic book store so many times. I can't recall how many comic books we bought, and sometimes we would buy double just so that we both could read it at the same time, like with the Death of Wolverine or the different series that we wanted to kind of get into, just to kind of see where comics were now, because we've been out of comic book world from maybe the early 90s to the early 2000s. And then we only got back into comic book world. It was probably like 2010. And we started getting really going back to our roots, and not only buying comics, but drawing comics and inking comics and coloring comics for a few years until we decided to go with our own story in this Albatross Junction. So yeah, I hope you guys check out our book. And we'll let you know when there's more stuff on the website. You can check it out now. It's just a splash page with one of our characters on there. That's Bomag. If you go to the website.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, this is day one.
Yeah, this is day one. This is sort of issue number 1 of our little comic book creation journey that we're going to go on. And anybody that follows along, thank you. And anybody that finds us later, thank you. I hope you have a really good time following along, seeing where we take it, and then maybe eventually actually having the book in your hands. So
yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
that is definitely the plan. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it. I'm still zoning out on this damn thing.
I was just gonna say, you're still at it. You're still drawing, even though the picture looked done. Are you on to another drawing, or are you doing some more finishing touches?
Well, now I'm just digging deep on little details here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we've always been talking about kind of freeing ourselves, being more free with the blacks, being more free using darker areas of our page and darkening bigger and wider areas of the page with black. So I was really happy to see that tonight. You really utilize all those things we've been talking about, you know.
Just went in. Just kind of
Like I
dived in.
was talking about, I could see the different fabrics on Burkita. That was cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it's like every time I kind of sit down to drum, you know how much easier it is to draw like basically a person with no clothes. So it's kind of like they always come out with like no clothes, and then when I saw you do it with those with armor and different, so it kind of, and every time we talk, it kind of brings up new little details. It's like, oh, when they're in this place in this story, let's add this detail. That'll help for later. Those type of things are really cool. Every time we talk, every time I see something that you did, I get more ideas.
Oh yeah. We're never. There's never a short for ideas.
Yeah, definitely not. It's actually it's difficult to get all of them down on paper because, or not on paper, but we type them in. We type up the story, but it's there's so many cool little moments that it's like I'm rushing to type them out, and I think of a new one, and I go to rush to type that out. So it's pretty fun, especially to have the structural framework of the skeletal story that we have. The backbone is there, and when we want to insert something now, it's just a fun addition rather than trying to figure out like, oh, this is like it's not a skeletal part of the story usually, but it's like part of the story. It's cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah. This is good, man. This is really good. I mean, I think it's a good idea to keep developing characters too, as far just aesthetically.
Mm-hmm.
So like next time, I might want to just like work on Nika a little bit.
Yeah.
He's
I liked what you did with young Nika. For a little while in our story, the twins are growing up, and that's a struggle for me sometimes to do a really young, like a toddler look. And you really had, like, I wouldn't say it was a toddler, but it was young Nika.
I have him here somewhere.
That was cool.
Where is he? Where is he? Here we go.
Because I really got the impression that was it. I was looking at young Nika. Oh yeah. Yeah, and like, what that face looks like? I almost told you the other day, that face. Wasn't there a horror movie a couple years back with like a little boy? What movie was that? Oh wait, was it the one where there's like an older brother and the younger brother's being sucked into the next dimension, and there's really aliens there?
Yeah, you bring that up. You brought that up a few times. I never watched it though.
Really? I don't know if it's that or if it's something that you saw. Was it like that? Was it that Babadook thing or something? There was a little boy who had like a gray face that kind of looked like that, I thought.
I don't know.
That face looks familiar, like one of them horror movie commercials, I think.
It's crazy.
That's young Nika to me too. That's young Nika.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks crazy.
Yeah, because like Nika's kind of like,
he's the maniac of the story, really.
He's kind of psychotic. Yeah, he's kind of psychotic. I kind of see that coming through even there as a little boy.
He's not wrapped too tight.
He's what?
He's not wrapped too tight.
I didn't hear you.
He's not wrapped too tight.
Oh, right.
He's a sick puppy. He really is, man. Like the more we talk about that guy, the more like we just laugh because we're like, yo, he's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like we can't even push ourselves enough to come up with crazy stuff that he'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like,
we've already opened some doors to how crazy he is.
Yeah. So I hope the moments that we do show, it's gonna really give you a window into like his capabilities. So, when he gets older, he's going to be utilizing like martial arts more.
Not only is he crazy, he's really skilled too. Like he's skilled. He's an electronics genius, so he can make anything happen. He can manipulate pretty much anything electronically.
Yeah. I kind of feel like him being like not so much from this world, kind of like, or like it kind of like the part of them that's not really human, let's say, like it kind of, I think it kind of helps, get around, because like when you have a problem technologically and then you have to like go to sleep for a few hours, or you have to think about like how to solve the issue, and then like by thinking at it a different way. Some people call it like thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
The answer comes to you. So I think like these twins are like always thinking outside the box. They're always thinking in weird new ways.
I mean, yeah.
And the mother and like
they're not from the box.
Right. So like just that different perspective. Like you know how a bug has like an eye with like 1,000 eyes on it, and they kind of see a lot. I kind of feel like that's like the sentiment that I want to give to these few characters, these twins, because they have like an extra sensory perception, and it's something you can't explain. You know how like they say like if you didn't have the sense, it would be very difficult to explain the sense. So like if you didn't have the sense of smell, it'd be difficult to explain that to somebody, or eyesight. Like how do you explain that? Like, oh, you see blues, and well, what's blue? What's green? Oh, well, it's like it's impossible to explain. So I feel like they have this perception. It'd be impossible for us to explain it, but it's there. It allows them to see things in a different way. And especially Nika utilizes that ability to control his talent. So like you were talking earlier about off camera, that you were talking about how Nika can maybe alter his body color. It's like a chameleon, and he has more control over it than his sister. And it's because it's like he's like letting himself into his extrasensory perception more so than it's like in the Matrix when they say, like there is no spoon, you know.
There's no spoon. Nika had no spoon.
Tries to tell you like you can't think of it the same way. And that's what Nika does. I feel like Nika does that. Nika thinks of things different way, and that's his genius. That's how he's better. Like that's how he's better than the father eventually, because the father is like the human, and this guy has something more. So he's able to really, it's almost like Neo in the Matrix when he sees the green writing and he understands what that garbage is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, other people do, like a couple of those guys like Tank and those other guys in the background, they're controlling it. Like they kind of get it. They're like, oh, he's in trouble. They're just looking at a green letters. I feel like Nika sees that way, but better. He
could write in that language.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. He's crazy. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that guy. He's a nut.
Yeah.
Yo, this picture is gonna look crazy when you see it live. I mean, this face already got a little crazier. Look at this face.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Did you add white? Were you able to add something white?
No, I just went in with a real fine micron.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's nutty. It's getting nutty.
Very cool.
I'm digging it. But yeah, man, I mean, I really have nothing else to add. I'm probably gonna zone out on this drawing a little more.
Okay.
Oh, let me I don't know. I don't even know if it'll show on the camera right now.
What?
Well, if I flip the camera.
That looks like a good view. That looks like better than before. Maybe that distance is better. That looks better.
This is where I was at pretty much.
Really? Because it looks a little. Well, no. Now it's starting to blur up. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that it's like streaming. Maybe it looks to me like it's a little bit fuzz, but maybe it's clearer than it really is on the screen here.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope so. Oh, I even like how you have some kind of like lettering going on for her name.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's actually something I want to see on one of the streams that we do. Let's have you like hand draw. Like I know you did the Albatross Junction title header today for the website, and you've had that going for a while, but maybe like a new typeface. Like I kind of see like maybe when you open up the issue or the issue itself could maybe have a different font on the inside cover than the outside. It's just a thought. I don't know if that would work.
Font as far as what?
Like let's say you have like let's say the issue has your header that you made for the website, as the splash title. Then maybe you open it up and the title page has a different writing. I don't know if that would work. Like something that you kind of hand draw on a live stream, or you maybe have the pencil set up and then you kind of ink it and then scan it or photograph it and colorize.
I don't know, man. It kind of dilutes the brand, no?
Because I'm just loving like this here. This is almost like a good papyrus.
Oh no!
This is like a papyrus that works.
Oh! That sounds horrible, bro.
No. I mean it in the.
You know it sounds horrible.
No, I mean it in the best way though. Like like papyrus has a draw that people are attracted to it for some reason. They utilize it.
Who don't know better, awful.
This is almost like no. This is like you took that, like what Avatar did, where they wanted to use papyrus, but they made it like 3D and better. This is like an Amazon type of font, or like I could see like a sickle. I can see the flame. I can see it's like rough, like stone. You know, it's like what they were. It's like what they wish papyrus was.
Papyrus.
Good. You know, they wished it was good.
Papyrus. It's crazy, man.
I like her gear. Yeah, her gear is pretty sweet here.
Her gear is nice.
And the highlights you put in for the flaming sickle or whatever it is looks cool.
What did I call it? I called it the Liberty Blade.
Oh yeah, I like it.
The Liberty Blade. Yep.
I wonder if like she made it or someone gave it to her or the brother like.
I feel like it's a part of a bigger thing, and she's just like, you know what, I can use this.
True.
Okay. They don't need much.
I wonder if it could be like part of Dobbs's construction suit.
Something, yeah. Like this could be like a futuristic windshield wiper, and she's just like, this is all I need.
Yeah, because yeah, totally. Because like, you know, on Dobbs's construction suit, how he battles the creature, and the suit gets busted up. Maybe, you know, maybe 5 years later, she kind of picks that up, and even though it's just a small part of it, she kind of repairs it or uses it for like a kind of like a torch weapon, kind of like a heat weapon or something.
It's like a sickle saber.
Yeah.
Basically what it is, what it looked like.
Yeah, I want to keep this like let's utilize this Brikita concept art for like some extras or some in the back of the book we'll have it or something, you know, that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna color it up the real way. Like I'm gonna bring it out, I'm gonna put it on the computer and make it look super official.
That would be sweet. You know what though? Because that would be like everything that we kind of see like on the live stream. It's like I will, you know, let's say be penciling this page or you'll be inking the page. Obviously, if someone gets the book, they will see that art, right? Because it's the actual page art. We'll see it completed. I wonder if basically every time we do a stream and if there's any original art in the stream like this piece here, we can kind of include it somehow, some way in the book or in a special version of the book. That would be neat. So that if you ever wanted to watch, you know, like, oh, comic book creation #1 through to the end, and then own the book, you will actually get the, you know, every piece of art you kind of witnessed happen. You know, it will come in the book in some form or another, whether it be a page, whether it be something in the back that's like the concept art, and there might be on one page there might be 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah.
Kind of early stages of what they could look like.
Oh boy, look at my homegirl Keita, boy.
That looks great. She's ready to go.
It's my chick right there, man.
You're ready to roll.
Yo, I love these people, man. It's crazy. Let me see if I get her in there.
Oh, that looks great. I like her shoe.
And she got on a wedge.
I like it. She got the same like bandages type boots as Nika. I always like that because it reminds me of Luke Skywalker or something.
Reminds me of Shaolin every time.
Yeah, like Shaolin monks. Looks cool because
Shaolin.
she's ready to brawl because she knows martial arts too. I like the green outfit. That
Hold
looks
on,
great.
man.
Looking good.
This is nice, man. This is nice. This is very cool. Looks good on the screen too.
Yeah, it does.
Nice, man. All right, broski. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep sketching while you're away. I might throw some videos up or something like that.
Yeah.
Make it happen. But yeah, as of now, I am at my YouTube channel is what is my YouTube channel? Kev Cosme, KEVCOSME. But I'm gonna be changing that this week, probably to Orange Book Studio or something like that. Orange Book Studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully change it like the sooner the better, and I'll put the link here too. That way, anyone watches this will be able to make their way over there. But also, there'll be other ways. Like I'll throw it on Instagram when we're about to do it.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is K Scott Cosme. K Scott, K Scott COSME.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll put that underneath as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's nothing on there but work, really. You know what I mean?
Are you going to be posting like these type of drawings here?
Yeah, I might post this. I might post this on my story now.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Yeah, we've been on here for 2.5 hours, man.
That's awesome. Good accomplishment here.
We're nice. But yeah, man, it's been good. I got the bug to keep drawing now. That's pretty much the point of it.
Beauty.
Nice, sir. So yeah, man, I'll hit you up, broski.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, man.
Talk to you
Later.